Okay, welcome back. Glad that you all have stuck around watching this far. We're going to give you a little bit of bonus content here, showing you about the weapons. Today we've got the Blades of Rising Storm. So I'll start out first with the bayonet for the American rifles. This is actually it's kind of an interesting story. This is actually a bayonet from World War I. It was originally 16 inches long, but the spec for World War II bayonets was 10 inches long. So they actually contracted a company to go in and cut off all of the bayonets, cut them down to 10 inches. If you look really closely here, you can see that the blood groove goes all the way to the end. That's the way you can tell. And an interesting bit of enterprising use of resources, the company that cut the ends off these bayonets ended up reusing them for hose for gardens and selling them. Yeah, they made some money off of that. So anyway, I'm just going to pop this onto one of our rifles here. See here, the 10-inch bayonet mounted onto the 1903 Springfield. Goes on pretty easy. Press the button to take it off. And next up you have the bayonet for the Japanese rifles. Considerably longer than the American bayonet. And one really interesting thing to look at is the Type 38 rifle with the Japanese bayonet attached. You can see here, the rifle is almost as tall as me with the bayonet attached. 3D view there. So they definitely were all about reaching out and touching their enemies with their bayonets. I'll go ahead and leave that attached. And then, of course, speaking of blades, we actually have here a World War II captured Shin Gunto NCO sword. These were issued to the non-commissioned officers, and some of the katanas or swords carried during the war were actually pre-war family ancestral katanas. But the Shin Gunto was a sword that was manufactured actually by the military for use, for issuing to officers and use during the war, and for triggering bonsai charges in Rising Storm. And one more thing that we can demonstrate today. We've got a M1 Garand clip. All right, and let's demonstrate the famous Garand ping sound. There you go.